Hello, fellow comic artists and illustrators. I'm Rob Stenzinger, and I create the comic Art Geek Zoo, which is at artgeekzoo.com. And today I'm here to share with you a quick how-to video for those of you that are members of the Art and Story Supreme service. And Art and Story Supreme, in case you hadn't run into it, is an excellent resource for established and aspiring artists that want to take a look at their craft and the products that you're creating to support your craft, and anything from being a better storyteller to being a better illustrator, and practicing the things that go into being a good business person in making trade with your art. They have better descriptions of their content, which is at cvcomics.com/artandstory, and you can check out the preview and the teasers of all the content in the Supreme archives. So they have this excellent content, yet it is not quite as easy as a free podcast or set of podcasts to download and synchronize with your device. Hence the issue of how do you fetch this great content and get it synchronized to your device in a way that works for you. And this is what I figured out that works for me. Okay, to get started, you'll want to download and install the program called Songbird, which if you just do a Google search for Songbird download, you should find the correct result as the first linked. Songbird is essentially an open source version of iTunes that's built on the same technology that Firefox is built on. And I mention that because we're going to take advantage of that web browser-like behavior that's built into an iTunes-like application. And essentially Songbird is going to do the heavy work of fetching the podcasts for us and getting them into iTunes, which for me, that's my end goal. If your device happens to synchronize with Songbird, then you're all set right there. But we'll go through the whole process that I use that works for me. To get started, I created a playlist called Art and Story Supreme, which that will work for me for synchronizing to iTunes so that all the fresh content that I'm bringing in, I know where to find it, and it's just in this convenient playlist that will synchronize. From there, I want to open up a new tab with Command T or Control T in Windows and go to the CV Comics website, Art and Story. And from here, I want to get into some Supreme content to be able to log in to my Supreme account. So once I log in, it's a WordPress user ID, as you can see, and I can see this members content link. Now this is only going to be the past 30 premium posts, which works great if you're keeping up with fetching the content. If it's the first time you've happened to fetch the content, you'll have a little more work to do as far as surfing through, discovering those files, and then adding them to your playlist. So let's say I need the most recent 5 episodes. All I do is I do Command click or Control click, whatever works for your platform, and it opens up each post in a new tab. I go to the oldest tab and I see automatically, because that's the cool thing of Songbird, is it looks for audio files when you're surfing the web. And it discovers the audio attachments to the post here, and all I do is drag that over to my playlist, and it automatically fetches it and then brings it into the playlist. Pretty handy. So I repeat that for the rest of my posts, and as I do this, you can see the downloads link gets busy. Once I've fetched all the content that I need, I can visit downloads and see the ones that are still in progress. Once these finish downloading, I will have that fresh content in my playlist ready to synchronize with iTunes. So then all that's left for me to do is then go to the Songbird Tools menu and click Export Library Changes. Now, if you don't have this set up already, you want to make sure that you have the iTunes import and export feature enabled. And at the very least, export tracks to iTunes, export playlists, which is what works for me. Of course, you could choose to synchronize your entire library in Songbird and iTunes, whatever works for you. And then once that's done, I can open up iTunes, synchronize my device, and now I have the awesome content of Art and Story Supreme, portable, ready to go wherever I need to listen to it. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Rob Stenzinger, and you can find me on Twitter at Rob Stenzinger, all one word, ROBSTENZINGER. And of course, you can find me on the Art and Story forum, which is at cvcomics.com/artandstory/forum. So, see you around.